Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having steamed vegetables and chicken breast. All right, let's talk about speed work. Because I will hear people say this all the time. I've actually had some people who came in the comments, and by the way, I'm just going to ban people for this. Sorry, it's just what it's going to be. Who are like, I tried conjugate, it didn't work. And they start making these claims, and they get all pissy about it, and I just hit the block button because I don't need that, because I know it works. I have demonstrated that it works. I've demonstrated for plenty of my clients that it works. We have blogs. You guys have seen Emma, you saw Mikey, you've seen Antonio. Those are ones who they actually have blogs where people can look at some of their progress over time. It absolutely works. Absolutely works. And it has created tons of champions. Tons of champions in numerous sports. So you can't claim it doesn't work. And if you don't get any results on it, it's not the system, it's you. You can't blame the system for that. And speed work's a big part of it. And people say, well, the speed work doesn't work for me. How do you know? Meaning, I want to see what your speed work looks like. If you're going to make a statement like that, you better upload a bunch of clips that you do in speed work for people who use this system to assess. Because, I get that with clients all the time. Who they say, oh, well, I'm pushing hard. And then you look at their speed work. And I'm like, really? And you left the sound on that video. I don't hear you making any noise. I don't see any spit flying out of your face. I don't see you braced so tight that it looks like you're going to hurt yourself. You're loose and you're just pushing the weight up. Because here's the thing with speed work. We are working with weights we can usually do at least 10 reps with. We're doing somewhere between 1 and 5 depending on which system we're using for it. If you are not pushing with 100% focused maximum effort on every single rep, you're going to get zero training response. It's not that speed work doesn't work, you're not working. Right? The idea with speed work is that we are supposed to be producing as much force and as much effort as we do on a true 1 rep max. So I would ask people, if you've done a 1 rep max, you ever pushed a 1 rep max that was grindy, or the bar slowed down, and you had to really grind through it, how much effort you had to push to get it to push through that sticking point. Okay? If you're doing some speed work, let's say 25 total reps, all 25 reps you should be pushing that hard. Okay. And you can't actually do that, by the way, on a 3 rep max. So when people say, well, wouldn't a 3 rep max, you'd have 3 all-out reps. No, you can't. The weight's too heavy. If you were to take, normally a 3 rep max should be 90% of your 1 rep max. So if you lift 500 as a max, if you put 450 on the bar and you try to explode with everything that you had on the first rep, you'll fail the 3rd rep. Okay, you won't be able to do it with that weight. So really, you're probably only exerting maximum effort on the 3rd rep. With speed work, we're going light enough that we can get away with it on every rep. So you push with everything that you have. You explode as hard as you can. And I get lifters all the time, I look at them like, you're not even close. So I would say to the people who it's failing them, you might want to think through, are you really and truly putting the effort into the speed work? Did every rep you do when you did it, did you push as hard as you would with as much effort as you would on a true 1 rep max? Did that bar pop on every rep? Did you hear it make a pop sound? Did you dig in and drive with everything? Or as Christian Thibodeau, I've heard him say, speed work should be violent. Were you violent on every rep? Truly violent. And you'll know because even if you're a slower lifter, that bar is going to pop at the top. Okay, if it's a squat, you're going to struggle to keep it from flying off your shoulders. If it's a bench, if you try to use a false grip on speed bench, the bar will fly out of your hands at the top. It's going to come out. You see where we're going here? Okay. If you tried to double overhand grip your speed pulls, not a hook grip, you should lose the grip. You should be moving so fast that the bar gets yanked out of your hands if you were to try to do that. Another term I like to use is hate the weight up. There needs to be genuine emotion and hate and anger in every rep that you do. Okay. You're not just coming in and trying to move the weight a little bit fast. You need to be exploding. Now, occasionally I'll get lifters like Antonio, which if you guys watch his vlog, his speed work is super slow. I got to take his percentages down and stuff. It's so slow. He's one of my slowest lifters. He's so slow that I watch the speed work. I'm like, wow, dude, did you get the numbers right? How much band tension did you run? Because it's not fast, but he's still tight and he's pushing. But the funny thing is, he still gets results. In 1 year before that meet he did where he hit a 430 squat, a year before that when he hired me, he had a 280 squat. Speed boxes have been our primary squat style for him. To go from a 280 to a 430 in meet. So it's working for him even though his is slow. He struggles with moving weight fast. But you can also watch him do a single on a deadlift at 90%. Like you watch his meet footage he put up. His second attempt looked like a grinder on his deadlift. And he went up like 40 or 50 pounds. Had an up and down of the bar that messed him up. But he went up another, over 10%. And it was faster than his second attempt. So he's just a slow lifter. But he still benefits from the speed work. He gets bigger and stronger from it. Okay. So if you're having issues with speed work and you're like, well, this isn't working, the question I would ask is, are you being honest with yourself about the effort you're putting in? Because speed work is one of those things where just the numbers and stuff don't matter, the same that it does on rep work and maxes. You have to actually exert yourself. And you have to exert yourself very hard on every rep. And if you don't take that serious, it isn't going to work. But it's not the training system that failed if you failed to put the correct amount of effort into it and to concentrate and focus the way that you should. Okay? You failed, the system didn't fail. You failed yourself. Conjugate and speed work didn't fail you. Do better. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.